David, you've written a new book on debt called Crushing Debt. I'm curious to know, how did we get in such debt? I mean, Canadians used to be known for being so conservative with their money. How did we become such profligate spenders?
That's a very interesting question, and the conclusion I've come to based on some research, I'm not a psychologist or anything, is that debt is almost too good to pass up. It allows us to live beyond our means. It allows us to get the trips and the toys that we want before we can really afford it. But obviously that's dangerous.
What happened to the old stigma about debt? Debt was bad. If you had debt, it means you've lost control of your finances in a way. Now everybody has debt, and it's considered almost a badge of honor to have a line of credit.
Exactly, and I think that's part of the problem as well. People aren't thinking like they were a generation or two ago, like our parents and their parents. They hated debt. And
That's
as
right,
you say,
exactly.
now nobody hates debt. People love it. Oh, it's leverage, and I'm going to increase my net worth. I'm going to borrow to invest, and my house is always going to go up in value.
What's it going to take to turn debt into a dirty word again?
Probably something horrible, unfortunately. It's already turned into a dirty word in the U.S.
That's right, exactly. All the trends are saving is up, spending is down, and debt levels are falling. But they've sort of almost like come to the abyss there, and that's what caused them to pull back. What do you see happening in Canada with that?
Well, I sure hope it doesn't get anywhere near as bad as it is in the U.S. The U.S. right now, approximately 28% of houses are underwater in the States, meaning their mortgage is worth more than their house. And this was the gravy train 3 years ago,
right.
When houses were going up, people were borrowing, getting way too much debt. And that all crashed, of course, when the housing market crashed down there, and people now can't afford to pay off their debt.
Now, we could get a recession on one hand, or we get rising interest rates on another. Both would be very negative for debtors. Do we get a debt crisis in this country, yes or no?
I don't think so. The analysis I've done with respect to a debt crisis, similar to what's happened in the States, is I don't think the environment is there to allow that to happen in Canada. We've got much better regulation. It's already happened in the States. You can't buy things like CDOs, collateralized debt obligations, so I don't think so.
Great, thanks, David.
Thank you, Rob.